Hola, welcome to Good Chats, everybody, for another Wednesday night. I forgot the intro. Um, welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome, JK. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, Heather. Hello to the both of you. Welcome, David. Welcome, Ree. Thank you for coming on board. I'm just going to start the chat doc here so I can read it here. And g'day Kingsley, we're back in the studio again. We've got the Gundagai video that I did the other week, playing in the refreshed new slim version of the Magic Window. So g'day John, welcome aboard, good to see you. I was just about to say g'day to all the replayers as well, but you're here this time, so welcome aboard, mate. And g'day Dan and Amber, welcome aboard too. So here we are at 8:15 p.m. on a Wednesday night. What have you guys been up to this week? What's everyone been up to this week? What's been going on around the countryside? Welcome to all the replayers. If you're on board as well, feel free to send me stuff throughout the week too, folks. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But please feel free to send me things throughout the week or whenever it comes to you that you would like to have a chat about here on Good Chats. G'day Graham Dory, welcome aboard. Welcome Graham O'Neill too, sir. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. Tonight we talk about what is Good Chats as well, and I think most of you know what Good Chats is. But if you don't know what Good Chats is, it's a half hour or hour or however long it takes, sometimes live stream that I do every Wednesday night at 8:15 p.m. just to talk about railway history stuff that I find interesting, and we tend to congregate around railway topics and the videos that I've made and the videos that I'm making, and it's just a bit more of an opportunity to interact and sometimes get you, the audience, to be my editors as well. And I'll also do that a little bit later. Or maybe in a few minutes, depending how we go, or depending if I've even turned the microphone on, which feels like I have. I think we're on 13 weeks now in a row that I've managed to turn the microphone on. I keep banging on about this, but there's an open invite to submit stuff. So, send me stuff at my email address, which just makes life a lot easier. Dan's been sending me some stuff. Welcome aboard, Dan. And there's an open invite as well to join me in a panel chat. I put the link before the video started tonight, so if you want to scroll back through the chat and check out the link, if you want to jump in and test out being in a panel chat on live streaming. And I kind of do want to talk to Dan a little bit later about animations and stuff. Dan from History Hunter, Dan Under, featured in a recent short that I did, which I initially put as a members only short, and nobody watched it, so I put it as a public short, and then it just kind of went off, so that's cool. So on the stream tonight, the 3 years panel chat last week, well, that was a bit of a fail. I mean, I did get a birthday donut, mind you, thanks Dan and Amber. It would have been interesting to catch up with y'all. Yeah, that's right, JK. I actually completely forgot my intro. I had to hit the streaming button, and I was actually on this main scene. Whoops. But anyway, that is kind of my philosophy, really. It's just get in, just get on with it. Welcome to the new members. Andrew Munro came on board this week as a new member as well, which puts me on 11 members now. So this thing is happening, folks. I will sort of keep that Tenterfield Railway Museum there as a members only, and every now and then when something takes me a few hours to create and there's a bit of an offshoot or a bit of a build upon one of the public videos, then I'll put that out there as a members only, just as a way of saying thanks, man, for signing up. Here's some members stuff. I've got some questions as well. I do have some questions this week. I've been meaning to get down to pick a pie, but this week's been a bit busy. So, yeah, let's talk about getting down to pick a pie maybe next week sometime. Um, yeah, what I've been up to. We'll talk about upcoming videos. We'll do a bit of a look back as well. It's kind of what I usually do. And then after that, usually I'd share some stuff that some other people might have sent in as well for us to talk about. I haven't got anything this week, so that is what it is. G'day, Brian. Welcome aboard. Um, so, um, yeah, they're going to go a trestle. No, it's just that video. It's in the magic window, but we'll just put it on big screen for a little while there. All right, so Queensland photography. When I was doing research on Queensland Rail and stuff, I went to their website, and I'll do a screen cap for this. Everything should be set up tonight. Thinking it should be good. um, Okay, so then I'll bring that up, and it's really interesting how Queensland Rail actually had this set of guidelines that you could perhaps print out and take along with yourself to remind yourself of all the photography guidelines. And it's very interesting because the first thing is just let the station staff know you're there and what you're doing. So that's pretty fair. And if the station is unattended, just take a copy with the guidelines with you just to keep you safe, right? And so I found that very interesting that I guess legally they have to cover themselves as well and say, well, we told you. It's really, really interesting. Perhaps I might contact them there at the email address. Oh, g'day, Drew. Unfortunately, the filming that I was doing when I was in Queensland didn't involve being anywhere near any active railway lines. But there you go. That's a interesting little snippet there, and you get right into things and you start finding these email addresses like filming at qr.com.au, and I wonder what they could kind of do for it. But what do you guys think of these kind of guidelines for amateur photographers? That's interesting, John. Yeah. Yeah, because it is produced by them. G'day, Aussie Urban Exploring. Welcome aboard. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, it's common courtesy. Interesting that they should have to print out in big guidelines, right? The process, right? Should you want to go taking photos at railway stations around Queensland? I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about that. I don't know what you think as well about taking videos around railway stations. Railway stations can be interesting places, I guess we could probably say. I don't even know why I'm wearing these headphones at the moment because I'm not playing anything. When I'm playing something, or maybe talking to Dan later on, if he wants to join me in the control room, and then we can talk about animation a bit later on. What else? I've got a little video of a train set, and I'll tell you something I learned about it. And at the same time, too, folks, if you want to talk about the filming guidelines, we can go back on that a little bit as well. But I've teed up this little video here. Okay, I should just transition back to that. I'll just go back to there, and then I'll figure out where I'm at again in all of this. That's the one I want to do later. Let's do this one now.
That's the name I was looking for.
Oops, it's not. I haven't actually set it to the frame size properly yet. Yeah, you're exactly right, Dan. I think you're exactly right about that. and I want video, and I want video 2, and I want to transform that, and I want to fit it to the screen. Oh, thanks, Drew. Appreciate that. Let's see whether that transitions it properly this time. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, that's interesting.
That's the name I was looking for.
Because you don't actually see the train that's in the shot with this one. Oh, here you go. Welcome to the freaking clown show again. Jesus.
That's the name I was looking for.
Yeah, that's the whole video. Just right there. I have no idea why it's doing that.
That's the name I was looking for.
It's probably because it's some stupid size. There we go. Oh no,
That's the name I was looking for.
welcome to, just when you were talking about giving it a thumbs up and a like, Drew, and then all of a sudden it just went to shit.
Welcome back to Outdoors Time.
I know that one.
Willumbar to explore the old Willumbar Casino branch line.
That one's for later. That one.
That's the name I was looking for.
Oh dear, thank you for bearing with me. I wanted to bring up this train set. And that's hilarious.
That's the name I was looking for.
As I was talking to the gentleman at Werris Creek there, he mentioned that it was the mining company that had provided a lot of the funds for the upgrade of the museum. And in fact, they actually commissioned a bloke to make this train set for $75,000.
That's the name I was looking for.
So, I think that just kind of blew my mind, man. That this train set was somebody's commissioned work for $75,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think most of us don't even earn that a year. But some lucky bugger was in the right place at the right time with the right skills to get commissioned to build this train set. Yeah, Drew, I think it's just one of those blow your mind moments where it's just right place, right time. Like I said, right skills. Things just bolt out of the blue. But yeah, it is an expensive hobby, but I don't think that's $75,000 worth of expensive. It is a lot bigger than that, Graham. It goes round a little bit and goes around a room and stuff. And so, yeah, there is some interesting stuff there, but I'm just thinking, wow, that would be a dream job for so many people.
That's the name I was looking for.
So I just got that on loop at the moment, so I'm just going to leave it on loop for a sec. I'll just figure out what on earth is going on next and what I was going to do. That's right, Heather. Heather, you're familiar with Video Ninja? That's what I use in the background, and I think you saw it as I dropped it in there as I was just playing around on screen before. And I just use the...
That's the name I was looking for.
The individual, the solo links, the copy solo links, and then put them into the browser source in individual windows in
that's the name I was looking for.
In OBS. So I think you probably, and I think you're familiar enough with Video Ninja and all that to know what I mean when I say I'm taking the solo links from the studio in Video Ninja and then just putting that into a browser source in a window that I size to whatever I want it to be. I mean, you have to size it to 1920 by 1080. You can control the video, control the audio in OBS, but you would know those kind of things by now. And I think it's just a matter of practice. I think you've had more practice than I have, Heather. You do a far better job of getting guests in on OBS.
That's the name I was looking for.
I know, right? Welcome aboard, Michael. Thank you for coming on board, sir. Appreciate it, and thanks for sticking around long enough and even sticking around while I do this live stream and completely obliterate the fourth wall, and any shred of professional credibility that I might have had from my videos is destroyed here by doing a live stream where anything can and generally does happen. So what I've been up to lately, as well, as we just ponder this train going past at Forest Creek, and I'm in the old school magic window. We are here, and I'm just, what am I doing? I'm thinking about what's coming next, right? I'm making these videos at the moment, and I've got 3 more to go. Yeah, audio's, as you well know, Heather, as well, has been an absolute bane of my life. I've spent about half an hour today just stuffing around with literally just the audio, just trying to get stuff together, and hopefully it's improved a little bit in terms of my understanding of the ducking and all that kind of stuff. Because I've got, one understanding of it in Adobe, but a different understanding of how it works live here in the mix. So hopefully each week I'm getting a bit better, as long as I remember to turn the microphone on. Yeah, there's 3 videos to go. I'm working on the Willenbar line now, and I'm going to get you all to be editors for the first 4 minutes, and just give me some ideas on the rough draft of the first 4 minutes. I've tried a few new things there, which will be interesting. And then I've got the Junee to Hay line, which is going to be a tough one for me to do because I'm so not a local. Now, the more I get through these videos, the more I'm feeling like... I'm just going to go back to the main screen now, God. The more I'm feeling like I'm just so not a local, and that was just a bit of a reconnaissance trip. Like, it just really was not possible for me to cover everything. And I look back on it and I'm going to go, oh, yeah, I probably could have done a better job than that. Similar issues. Yeah, it's kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened there. Sorry. Let me know if that was a mistake, though, and I will fix that mistake. This stuff happens in life, on live streams, and I tend to just have a pretty hard view on that kind of stuff, I guess you could say. So I'm pretty quick with the buttons. Because I need to think about what I'm talking about next, and I was getting to the last video that I'm going to do, which is Oyen to Pinaroo, and that was getting to the end of the trip, and I was starting to get much better at filming. I was starting to get into the groove. I couldn't quite believe that all my equipment had lasted 13 days, and I was actually starting to get into a bit of a groove on that video. So that's one that I'm actually looking forward to. I don't know what month the Adelaide Railway... Oh, no, it's in June or July, I think, actually. I went there in June or July when it was on. So I went from Junee to Hay, John. And that's what I said. I'm really not a local. So sometimes when I do these things the first time, they feel a bit more like a reconnaissance. And I'm not sure I can do it much justice in terms of some of the other videos that I've done. That is the problem, isn't it, Dan? It is a real problem. I'm going to shut that chat window down because it's like stopped on me. And then open that one up again, and now I can see people in front of me instead of down to the side of me on the monitor that I've got going there, just to make sure that everything's still bloody working. So yeah, I'm starting to think about what's next. So what do once these three videos are done? Like I was out on the road for 2 weeks straight, and now I've been in the studio for 2 weeks straight. It's time to start thinking about actually getting back out and actually doing stuff. So I've got some interesting ideas coming up, but I kind of want to get as much as I can done before late December, and then you get into January, February, where it's just freaking scorching hot outside, and it's not much fun trying to do videos, especially out in the country. It flies much. Um, yeah, back out to the Mallee, maybe. There is an interesting story about a railway accident at a place called Merla, out on the Yin Canny line. That's a fun set of words to say, where two locomotive engine drivers lost their lives as they crashed into a lorry in a sandstorm. And I did a video in that kind of sort of storytelling about a historical event years ago when I did the one about the train driver at Kapunda. Um, it's that was done years ago, but that was a really inspiring piece of storytelling for me, where I tracked down the bloke's story, and where he was buried, for example. And so, yeah, I'll be looking forward to perhaps delving a little bit deeper. I've got a few Trove articles on that one, but you know me, with a combination of footage and narrative, I'd like to see what I can do with that one. And then while I'm out that way, I might actually do a video on the P Binga line. Somebody asked me that months and months and months ago. No, somebody asked me that months ago. Oh, that's cool, Van Couple. Good on you. You know, be at the Bottle Expo. Shit, yeah. Um, yeah, so Pibinga line maybe on its own. I did the Riverland lines a while ago, but that is a long lost line with some interesting landscapes that, if you're in the right thunderstormy season, can be really interesting landscapes and skyscapes, as I would just call them out there as well. Um, and then there's the opportunity for me to spend a bit more time around South Australia again, and maybe go in deep and maybe reshoot the videos that I did years ago now on the Burra line, and the Morgan line, and the York Peninsula lines. Maybe it's time to go out and reshoot those with the new sort of standards and the new way I look at things. Oh, hey O'Malley, welcome aboard. You're out at Malpata. Came solo out at Mount Parta the other week. So, man, we should hook it up. We should figure out how to get out there, around to Merla, out there, and do some camping, because I was thinking about this, about sunset and sunrise shots. You know, sunset, sunrise, late afternoon, late morning, sort of all those kind of things tend to be kinder to photography and videography. So yeah, now we're down to the point where um, oh yeah, David, the Bowline, no, there's not so many mining tracks around there, but it is an interesting history, and I only really brushed upon it years ago because I was only just starting this whole kind of thing, right? And I could do definitely go a lot deeper into the story of the Burra line, which is a video if you go back probably 2-3 years ago now. I did do a video on the Steam Ranger line 2 years ago, David. I called it the South Coast line, if that makes it easier to look up. Maybe we even do that as a look back later on. Maybe, I mean, let me know, peeps. I'm just about to do one video, but let me know if you want me to go back and find that, and we'll just run through that one as a YouTube playback or something like that. So, what I'm going to do now is, I've been working on a video on the Murwillumbah to Casino line, and I travelled alongside Dan from History Hunter, Dan Under, who's on here now for 2 days. And I learned a lot from having Dan on board. He saved me a lot of time, and got some excellent footage. And again, this is an interesting style of making videos. So, I wanted everyone to be a bit of an editor for these intros. My overarching question is, do you think this intro is a bit too much? Let's see, did I get it right?
That's the
No, that's that one again. Jeez. Try it now.
Welcome back to Outdoors Type, and I'm here in Murwillumbah to explore the old Murwillumbah to Casino branch line. You know, I create these videos because I'm passionate about Australian railway
I need
history,
to turn it up.
and travelling along the lines and presenting the history to you here on YouTube. I delve into the books, I search for the photographs, I scour the web for information to create videos that are accessible, informative, entertaining and artistic. Let's take a deeper look into history and fly a little higher by drone as we explore the Murwillumbah to Casino branch line.
Viewers are advised that this is a road trip video and all footage was taken in one take, and the pronunciation of some place names may have been mangled in the making of this video. The first section of the Murwillumbah branch was constructed as an isolated line in 1894, connecting Lismore and Murwillumbah and joining the Richmond and Tweed rivers. At that time, passengers and goods travelled to Sydney by coastal shipping from Byron Bay. That didn't always go. I've been working on my ducking a bit, so hopefully that's working tonight, folks. To Casino. The line was further extended south to Grafton, although it wasn't until 1932 that a full rail connection to Sydney was completed, with the completion of the Grafton Bridge. From the outset, there was debate about extending the railway north from Murwillumbah into Queensland, and that discussion persisted into the 2000s. Ultimately, the line became a branch line when the North Coast Line extended from Kyogle to South Brisbane. The North Coast Mail was the premier train linking Murwillumbah and Sydney on completion of the North Coast Line. It became the last New South Wales train to carry a travelling post office in 1985. Local trains operated between Casino and Murwillumbah, connecting with other North Coast Line services such as the Brisbane Express and Brisbane Limited. From 1973, the Gold Coast Motor Rail provided both passenger and vehicle transport between Sydney and Murwillumbah, and in 1978, the North Coast Overnight Express was introduced. Both were replaced in 1990 by a single CountryLink XPT night train. In later years, freight on the line consisted of bananas and fly ash from southern locations. These freight services ended in 2002. A tourist train called Ritz Rail started operating in 1999 but was discontinued in 2002. The New South Wales government closed the branch and the last XPT train departed Murwillumbah in 2004, ending 110 years of rail in the region. So also I wanted to test just if, shots like these are a little bit too long. I'm going to put some really long drone shots in this video. It's not finished yet. I'm totally testing some things out on you now. The 3-kilometre extension from Murwillumbah Station to Condong was built for sugar mill traffic. The line crossed the old Pacific Highway, now the Tweed Valley Way, and when cane trains were unloading, they blocked highway traffic in both directions. The level crossing was removed and trains terminated at Murwillumbah Station from 1975. Ooh, so now we're into Condong. Now we're into really rough territory here. I haven't done anything on this next few seconds of video. I haven't given it proper credits, or I haven't done any other editing other than just whacking it together, and that's all I've kind of done to the video so far, is just sequenced it all together, and I've kind of just whacked a bit of music. The Murwillumbah Station was once a bustling terminus with 3 passenger trains and a goods train daily. The current station building was built in 1926, and other facilities included a goods shed for bananas, a turntable, coal stage, engine shed, water tower and jib crane. Murwillumbah was also a terminus for one of the popular holiday motor rail services. An X200 shunter operated at Murwillumbah until 1988, when a new motor rail siding rendered it redundant. So by the time this goes out, all those photos will have been color adjusted, everything will have been color adjusted, captioned, had the titles put on, the music would have been cleaned up a bit more, the timing would have been done.
These concrete blocks and these concrete pads. Welcome back to Outdoors Type, and I'm here in Murwillumbah to explore the old Murwillumbah to Casino branch line.
There we go. Oh, thanks, Dan. It's an interesting style of filmmaking, which is in contrast to what I do down here in South Australia. Similar to what you said before, Dan, about what you do up there as a local. You've got the opportunity to delve really a lot deeper into the local records. You've got the opportunity to go back and reshoot things. Yeah, this kind of style, I love it. To be honest with you, I kind of spent a lot of time putting everything together, and that's the first phase of making that video done, really, is just taking all the footage that I've got, all the photos that I've got, and just putting it all in an order that tells a story from the beginning. It tells a story of a journey, of a road trip. I can't tell the story of the railway in these videos. So these videos are a bit more like, the story of my journey along the railway, with as much informative and interesting stuff as possible, and imagery that keeps moving. Please suggest things, Heather. It's I kind of was starting to get a bit more comfortable with the narrative and spending a lot more time reading to camera in that one, so that was interesting for me. Now, where am I at in the big scheme of things? All right, we're going to play the Gundagai Bridge video. So I'm going to go change that one now to... Let's see if I even have it here. Let's look at this. There we go. That should work now. Right, I was using this video today to test the ducking levels and stuff. And what I'm doing with adding videos and interchanging videos as I play on my live stream, and this thing worked, I think. Thanks, Noel. Thank you, Drew. I'm looking forward to finishing this one. This is an interesting one for me. I've got a few more minutes left to kind of bolt together on the end before start to sweep it all up into an epic. G'day, smart as marbles. Welcome aboard. Right, now. No, I don't have it on here. I'm going to have to keep it up in the screen again. Wondering if someone would say that exact thing, Heather. So thank you. You may have saved me from a major boring moment. I really appreciate that, Heather. Thank you for coming out and saying that. That's cool. That was exactly the question I was asking. So... just to finish it up, and before I do the close, I'm going to on loop now. Hopefully it's on loop. I think it's on loop while I figure out my shit here. I'm going to play my favourite bit of video that I ever did. And it is this one. It's the last little section of my video on the Victor Harbour line. Alright, so I have to Alt-tab out of that. And that's enough of that. Now, hopefully, I am going to go to Chrome. And I'm going to hit play on Chrome. It's going to work. Oh, that probably won't. No, that didn't work. Let's try that again. I actually have to feed that window into Chrome. Oh, look at that. Penny's Hill was the last thing I fed into there. There we go. Do that one. Now it'll bloody work. Still need to scale it to the frame size. That's what happens when you bring things in live. There we go. I like it. I love it. Alright, so let's do one of my classic things, which is the old Ye Oldie music video. And now I'm going to go press play on that. G'day, son of dat. That's a really good question, David. Named after famous people, I guess. Or important people, or in this case. There's no sound. No sound the whole time. This is one of those videos that I could go back and get that footage over and over again. Yeah, now the stream's starting to wig out. Yeah, that's okay. A lot of people don't, well, nobody really has the time to go back through a YouTube channel's entire video. It's called The South Coastline. It was a couple of years back. It was one of my first ever really long videos. I think it was over 20 minutes long. And that's just the last 2.5 minutes where I had the opportunity to get some actual train shots. Because I don't actually really do train shots, right? So I had an opportunity with this video to go practice what I do with some trains in the shot, and you know, maybe I should probably do it more often, but yeah, there you go. It's so hard to find music, isn't it, Dan? Let's talk more at some stage, Dan, about graphics and animation. there's 150 videos, man, so I don't really mind if people don't have the time to watch 150 videos. I'm so amazed that people have the time to watch all the videos that they do, right? um, so what am I going to do from here? That was pretty much everything I'd set up. What do I have in my notes? Yeah, that's probably going to get a copy. That's probably going to get the stream a copyright claim. When I do look back videos, I'm glad now that I've started to delve further into no copyright music, public domain music, that kind of thing. It's good to get into that stuff and avoid the paid subscription services for your music, because if you want to use that music again a couple of years down the track, or do like I do here, you play it in here and you can't monetize it. So I'm learning to use the YouTube free library. Don't forget to send me stuff, folks. Where are we at now? We are nearly 45 minutes into it. And I'd love to see a video like that surge again. Videos come and go. I also did a video on the Pitchy Ritchie Railway, which had a recent surge, and that was another opportunity for me to do one of those real let loose final sequences with some epic train footage, because I'm kind of good at that kind of stuff. I just don't do it very much. Now, what are we doing? We are at yeah. Yes. Generally, Dan, it's a very it's not it's a very straitjacketed regime. I can help you. I got a bunch of free sources and ways to use them. If you like, I will send them to you. But that's about it tonight, folks. We're nearly at the 45-minute mark, and that's sort of where I'm going at the moment. You might have noticed that I've been sending out some subtle messages about, send me stuff, let's jump in, let's have a panel chat, that kind of thing. I'm really chuffed that you should say that, David, about Wednesday nights, but I need more content. I need people to send me some more stuff, because these streams do take a couple of hours for me to set up now and to work through and to get the content in and to make these little videos and do all this little stuff. And it is a really important part of my work. It's been a really important part of my life too for the last 3 years. But it's getting to the point where, and I'm not getting fully formed thoughts on where this is going to head for now, but there's going to have to be an end date to doing good chats every week on a Wednesday night in this kind of format, where I spend the hour doing the show and then spend a couple of hours preparing for the show beforehand. That time is important to me because this live stuff is an incredibly important way to connect with a live audience and to go a little bit deeper and learn more, like I did before with Heather's comment. It's an opportunity for people to see a bit behind the scenes of what I do as well. So I've been toying around with an idea of an end date, or how I transition the format of what happens here on Good Chats every Wednesday night, or what do we do there? That's something that I just want to put out there at the moment. So it's not formulated yet. It's worth remembering though that this year is pretty epic for Wednesday nights, because Christmas Eve is a Wednesday night and New Year's Eve is a Wednesday night. So make sure to, if you're boring and old like me and you're kind of past the whole partying phase, then let's pretend to party on New Year's Eve here on Good Chats, because that's just the way it's going to go down. So I'm glad I put that out there. I need to experiment with everybody as to what the format will be moving forward into 2026. I said the good chats will always be around, and it kind of always will be, right? I'm just going to have to work out what form that'll take into the new year, but things will stick around as normal for a while yet. So appreciate everybody coming on board. Who can I see through the magic window there of the internet? I can see Heather. I can see Jeremy Camp. I can see Dan and Amber from the Van Couple. I can see David Simmons. I can see Noel Bretonner bringing up the regiment from Tormina and always sponging things wrong. History Hunter Dan under Danny. Thank you, man, for all your help on this next video. You'll get full credit on all of that. That's a great idea, Kingsley. Thank you for that. Thank you, Kingsley, for coming on board. There will be... who else has come on board tonight? Drew, thank you for coming on board. I know you're having a late dinner, mate, but I always appreciate it when you get to drop in. Thank you, son of Dat, for coming on board. Who else have we had tonight? Brian Wilson, 2024, thank you for coming on board. Barossa Bean, Zach from Smart As Marbles, Aussie Urban Exploring, Graham O'Neill, John Wayman. Who else have we had on board tonight? We've had, where are we? Graham Dory. Good to see you again, mate. Thank you for coming on board. Michael Harrison, thank you for finding the channel, and hopefully you've hung around tonight. Luke's Fishing from the Northern Territory. Thanks for the reminder, Noel. If you're out there replaying somewhere tonight, then wow, you made it this far. That's an effort, dude. Epic. Steve has been here from the very beginning. He's probably one of the first people to log in. If you could get a crown on your chat window there, then Steve, you would. Lyle Roberts as well, who's usually around as well, so hopefully you're okay, dude. And Max Hobby in the UK, always great to have you on board. Oz Travel Log. Everyone, go check out Oz Travel Log's channel. They've got a real quirky channel getting around South Australia and Australia, so go check them out. Always happy to give them a bit of big ups. Pioneer Adam, thank you for coming on board. John, yeah, please send some stuff through, or if anybody wants to come on board for interview style live streaming efforts as well, that can, make it at 8:15 p.m. on a Wednesday night, that'd be cool. Anyway, lots to think about as we head into the future. As always, keep an eye out for my videos coming up soon, and I will see you next Wednesday night. Peace out until then, everyone.